May 2019, Tyler the Creator dropped his 5th studio album. With its standout production, lyrical vulnerability, and impressive list of mysterious collaborators, Igor scored Tyler his first #1 album on the Billboard 200. Over the years, Tyler has forged his own path in hip-hop, crossing genres and surpassing expectations, so we decided to take a look back and track the evolution of his sound, Genius style.
Who that boy? Who him is? Him that nigga, I swear.
The Los Angeles native began as the rambunctious leader of Odd Future, a collective of Southern California teenagers like Earl Sweatshirt, Frank Ocean, Sid, Damo Genesis, Taco, and more. Tyler curated the group's first effort, the Odd Future tape, in 2008.
This isn't a mixtape, it's more of air rape by kids who think you other niggas suck. It's very offensive, you niggas defensive. If you can't take the heat, get the fuck out the kitchen.
Their lyrics were full of offbeat humor, as well as violence, misogyny, and homophobia. So much so that they were banned from New Zealand and the UK.
My lyrics aren't offensive.
Aren't they?
No.
Some people find them offensive, don't they?
Yeah, some people find everything offensive. Okay.
Their unorthodox fashion sense and performances also turn heads in the music industry. Critics and even Tyler himself called their shock factor a gimmick, but it didn't stop them from establishing a rabid fan base. The group's YouTube and Tumblr presence allowed them to directly connect with their fans, sharing an inside look at their daily lives.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy T Dollars here on the shoot for the hyphy video. Yo, it's about to be major. Up all night, the pack is in the house.
They consistently release new music and visuals on their social accounts, all helmed and directed by their frontman Tyler, under the moniker Wolf Haley.
I'm getting money, nigga. At the fucking mall, 40 bitches on my nutsack. Put up on a motherfucking unicorn.
In 2009, Tyler dropped his debut mixtape Bastard, referencing vivid scenes of violence and his broken relationship with his father.
I tell her it's my house, give her a tour in my basement, and keep that bitch locked up in my storage. Rape her and record it, then edit it with more shit.
This is what the devil plays before he goes to sleep. Some food for thought, this food for death, go ahead and fucking eat. My father's dead, why I don't know, we'll never fucking meet.
While still creating music with Odd Future, Tyler dropped his debut studio album Goblin in 2011 and made a name for himself with Yonkers. The infamous clip won him a Video Music Award for Best New Artist that year.
Wolf Haley robbing him, I'll crash that fucking airplane at that faggot nigga Bob is in and stab Bruno Mars in his goddamn esophagus and won't stop until the cops come in.
But everyone wasn't a fan. Sarah of Tegan and Sarah called out his homophobic language, to which he responded with this tweet.
When I say that word, I'm not thinking of someone's sexual orientation or anything. It's just another word that has no meaning.
And in his trademark deep voice, he continued using acts like necrophilia to describe feelings of love and lust.
Gorgeous, baby, you're gorgeous. I just wanna drag your lifeless body to the forest and fornicate with it, but that's because I'm in love with you.
He also rapped about depression and suicide through his alter egos Wolf Haley and Dr. TC, both recurring characters in his early works.
Ending it is all I fucking think about. That's the shit I think about. All alone, bawling till my motherfucking eyes bleed.
That's the shit I think about. You know, everybody thinks about dark shit. Why when somebody finally fucking says it, it's such a big deal, you know?
With his sophomore effort Wolf in 2013, Tyler delivered a more well-rounded and refined project.
Sorry, I'm passive aggressive for no goddamn reason. It's that my mood changed like these goddamn seasons. I fall for you, but I love you.
But Tyler stayed true to the subversion that put him on the map. Like in the Tamale video, he filmed himself in blackface and blurred it out, followed by him bouncing on a model's butt, which he called, quote, modern day blackface, to show the absurdity of what is and isn't acceptable.
And she comes over, I take picture, instantly put it on Instagram and suplex her off a building if I get bunned. Just fucking around. I was finished with Wolf and I was like, yo, this album is missing something. It's missing annoying type. It's missing meat.
And while he continued to experiment with his music, the rapper began to branch out. Loiter Squad, a more polished version of the Odd Future Online clips, hit Adult Swim. He directed a Mountain Dew commercial, and the t-shirt line Golf Wang evolved into Golf, a full-fledged fashion brand and store, showing Tyler's range as a creative.
I'm Jim Richards' Dick.
And I'm Stornhorn Bodoran.
And we're doing play-by-plays here in the sunny streets of Los Angeles. Oh.
Fucking rappers got stylists cause they can't think for themselves. See, they don't have an identity, so they needed some help.
2015 brought Tyler's third and most critically divisive album, Cherry Bomb. The project was different from his earlier works, drawing on varying musical influences and flaunting his success.
And now I'm making places, just watch the dishes. So if you don't mind, get the fuck out my kitchen. Your ego there so I can butt fuck your opinion.
Cherry Bomb's tracklist boasted a heavy roster of Tyler's mentors, like Pharrell Williams, Kanye West, and Roy Ayers, as well as collaborators like Kali Uchis and Slow Hollow's Austin Feinstein.
I think what I admire most about Tyler, how dedicated he is, how much he really wants to make something meaningful that's going to be lasting. He really hones in on making sure the whole thing is exactly how he wants it to be.
The rock influence drew in the lead singer of the Black Lips, Cole Alexander, lending his vocals to the opening track. As well as the punk rap group Death Grips on Run.
Got blood rush to my head, they hot lock popping off the fucking block. Now clock and wristlet watch been thought about.
Cherry Bomb's subject matter was largely different from his previous works, trading misogyny for bars about expensive cars and jewelry. In response to a fan's critique about his shift, he said, quote, "Oh, it was cool when I was raping girls and telling you how sad I was on records, but when shit changes and I'm feeling great and I fuck with myself, you can't deal with it." But despite the negative response, it's one of his favorite records.
Yo, what the fuck happened to you, dog? I like Answer, where you cried about your dad, and in this song where you were sad and when you were broke and shit. And I'm like, yeah, dude, that was cool 4 years ago, but life is really cool right now.
And whether it's issues with his absent father or overcoming depression, Tyler often talks about deeper subjects, revealing bits of himself, and that's what resonates with his fans. In an interview, he even called himself, quote, "a big fucking crybaby, and for some reason, people like listening to me." With the release of his fourth studio album, Flower Boy, in 2017, Tyler continued to explore that vulnerability by addressing his sexuality, though fans weren't sure if he was trolling.
Next line I have, I'm like, whoa, I've been kissing white boys since 2004. Truth is, since a youth kid, thought it was a face, thought it be like the phrase poof, gone, but it's still going on.
With his past use of homophobic slurs, these lines were shocking to most listeners. But Tyler had alluded to his sexuality before on Wolf's Domo 23 in 2013, and in a tweet and another song 2 years later.
How can I be homophobic when my boyfriend's a and we've been hiding in the closet like I'm passionate fashion?
Yeah, but I'm into dudes, so.
Yeah, that's tight.
Yeah, I don't even.
Black dudes only?
I don't even like black dudes at all. I'm into white guys.
Flower Boy was a signal of growth for the artist as a producer, with Tyler producing the whole album. He maintained his signature brash anthems like the menacing Who Dat Boy, while providing more melodic hits like See You Again.
I just wanted to produce and just have people sing, and that's all I want to listen to, so I kept all my rap verses short, and everything I said, I made sure it was really ridiculously important. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what people kind of like about it this time around, because it's like nothing funny on it.
2019 brought Tyler's critically acclaimed Igor, which charts the journey of a relationship and his most cohesive piece to date. It also earned him his highest charting Hot 100 song with Earthquake, peaking at number 13.
Riding around, your love be shaking me up, it's making my heart break. Don't leave, it's my fault.
Fans and critics praised Tyler, who'd written and arranged all the album's production, further expanding his use of melodies and chords.
I think my favorite part that I've done musically thus far is on New Magic Wand. And when that low-end bass come in, bro, every time it gets me.
I'm what you found, passenger in your car. You what you need, mixing it don't pop. She's gonna be dead, I just gotta make one.
But he still found pockets for his rhymes.
New suit, new boots, same niggas like what? Lukewarm ass niggas always wanna talk. I'm hot, I'm heat to the core like earth. Don't touch, don't go. Niggas might get bust.
For some, Igor is a reinvention of Tyler, the Creator. But looking back at his career, it seems like this was his plan all along.
It kind of all led up to this. It's so interesting. A lot of people like, oh, like the early stuff sounds so different from the new stuff or whatever. I think it's a through line through stuff from Bastard up until Igor. Now, some may say number 9 don't sound like 5, but that's because they look surface level at what's the through line and thread and aren't looking at it from a different angle.
I'm Delisa with Genius News, bringing you the meaning and the knowledge behind the music.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rap about the same shit. It's progression. Like, why the fuck would I rap about the same shit on my first album now? Like, that's the fucking dumbest shit.